once again, I was proven to be right. So 5 days ago, there was a post on Reddit it was on the Am I Overreacting, it was in the Am I Overreacting subgroup, and it says, my wife is packing lingerie for a out-of-town work trip, and I'm freaking out. So, the story goes that his wife works at a tech company, and she's doing a presentation somewhere else. She's flying out of state. So, she's packing the night before, and he goes up to the room and to get his laptop, and he sees that that her suitcase is open, and he sees that she has lingerie. Now, red lingerie, right? And he's like, okay, so he's like, immediately his mind starts to think, what is that for? He's freaking out, and of course he doesn't say anything to her. So, the whole night he's kind of like thrown off by it, and he just like doesn't understand. But whatever. So the next day on Monday, he drives her to the airport, and he wants to ask her about the lingerie, but he doesn't. He's like, what if it's no big deal, and I just ruin, we get in a fight and I just ruin the presentation, like that. So he doesn't make a big deal out of it, right? But he comes to Reddit, and he's asking, am I overreacting? Am I crazy? What are you thinking, right? He says that she's texting like normal and nothing, out of the ordinary. So he's like, am I going crazy or whatever? So, that was when I was banned from Reddit, so I couldn't respond, which is probably a good thing that I didn't, but I had an inkling. And, so let me tell you what the comments were saying. The comments were saying that, maybe she's wearing that presentation, the lingerie, basically, to feel sexier, girl power. Hell yeah, I feel better. A lot of people feel. So he replied to a comment. He's like, no, she doesn't wear that kind of underwear. So they've been together for 7 years, but they've been married for 2 years. So he's like, I know her pretty well. She doesn't wear that kind of underwear. We used to, when it was fun and sexy, but now we've been together for so long. She doesn't wear that kind of underwear. So people are saying maybe she's trying to get back, that she feels confident when she wears something sexy, stuff like that, right? He said, no, I haven't seen any changes. No, he says, we have a great sex life, yada, yada, right? So the comments were positive, and they were saying no, I don't think she's gonna do anything, yada, 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 yada. So that's how it left off, right? So then he makes an update. And he says that she comes home 2 days after, during the workday. So he works from home, and he sees her around lunchtime, and she hi Simba, welcome, I'm glad to be here, blah, 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 right? So that he was immediately he was like, why did you pack lingerie for your trip? And that she's like, is that the greeting I get back? What do you mean? And he says why did you pack lingerie? And she's like, are you accusing me of something? He's like, no, I just want to know. So, she's offended. She's like, you know what? I don't deserve this. I just came back from a big presentation. You didn't ask me how it was. I don't deserve it. So, you know what? I'm going to go out and get food. So she leaves, and she ends up staying she ends up going to her sister's place and to stay the night. So he's obviously in this update, he said, I fucked up, that's, I feel bad, blah, blah, blah. I'm texting her to come back home and yada, yada, right? So that was the first update. I think that update was on Thursday, I believe. Yeah, Thursday. There was an update to yesterday night, and I just saw it. He says, she comes home, he apologizes, he said, sorry, I overreacted, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you know what, it's okay, it's fine, let's just forget about it, right? So they make up. So that happened when she come back. Then a day goes by, and he says, there's something wrong, I can feel it, but I keep asking her. She says, no, everything's okay, everything's okay. Then yesterday, he says that she comes into the room and she's been crying and she's like, I have something to tell you. He's like, okay, go, what happened? She says that over the past month she has been getting close to a male colleague. She has been getting close to a male colleague, and he was going on the work trip as well. And that she thought something might happen, so she packed the underwear. She packed the lingerie because she was expecting something to happen. So, yeah. So let me tell you the rest of the story. She tells him, after we're celebrating getting drinks at the bar, at dinner, or wherever, celebrating that we did a good job, yada yada, and she says they shared a drunken kiss. Yep. And then that she goes to his room, and that once she's in his room, before anything happens, she has this epiphany that God spoke to her. No, I'm just making that up. But no, that she's like, oh shit, what am I doing? And that she runs away, and yeah, that nothing else happens. And he's like, swear to me that nothing else happened. And she's like, yes, I swear nothing else happened. And he's like, okay, then why did you react that way, like when you came home? She said because she felt guilty, so that's why she went away. And then he's like, I apologized to you and you took it. He said, you fucking premeditated. You packed underwear for him. And she said, and he's like, you need to get out. So he made her leave the house, kicked her out, and she's been texting him since. And he's like, yeah. So once again, I was right. I knew I was right, but I couldn't comment because I was banned. But come on, and yeah, that was the whole story. I'll let you know if there's any updates, but yeah, I knew it too. I told my mom, but she didn't really care. I'm like, ugh.